There's something in your kitchen right now. Costs less than $1, and it eliminates every type of mold in one treatment, permanently. The black mold behind your shower tiles, the orange fungus in your grout, the green growth on window seals. You've scrubbed them, bought the $25 spray. 3 weeks later, it's back. You buy again. It returns again. That cycle isn't happening by accident. For over a century, American households didn't need anything else. Then a $40 billion industry made sure you'd forget it existed. They buried it because it worked too well. You can't repackage an 80-cent solution into a $12 subscription. In this video, you're getting the complete protocol, the chemistry behind why it works, the exact year corporate lobbying erased this knowledge, and what you need to never buy mold spray again. If you're ready, let's begin. The story begins in rural Tennessee during the Great Depression. Sarah Mae Henderson kept a farmhouse outside Chattanooga. In 1933, black fungal growth pushed through her root cellar overnight. Hundreds of pounds of winter vegetables were destroyed. The family faced hunger. Sarah Mae tried lye soap and salt. Nothing worked. Then she remembered what her grandmother had shown her. She combined vinegar from her preserving jars with baking soda from her kitchen shelf. She poured it across every contaminated surface. 3 days later, the mold was gone. Cell walls dissolved. The fungus never returned for 42 years. This was chemistry that had worked in American households since before the Civil War. In 1956, Iowa researcher Robert J. Miller documented household solutions across Midwest farming communities. Farmhouses using vinegar for cellar cleaning showed no fungal growth, even in cold, damp winters. Houses 20 yards away with identical construction were covered in mold. Miller observed 11 households over 2 winters. Results were consistent. Vinegar prevented mold completely. By the early 1900s, American hospitals used vinegar washes as standard surface sanitation because everyone could see it working. Then, 1958 arrived. Major chemical manufacturers launched synthetic bleach products positioned as modern replacements. Scientific, powerful, industrial strength. Within 10 years, bleach flooded American markets. Within 20 years, the cleaning industry restructured around synthetic chemicals. White vinegar was reclassified from cleaning agent to cooking ingredient. Baking soda from surface treatment to baking powder. 2 substances that cleaned homes for a century were removed, not because they stopped working, because new products needed the shelf space and profit margin. Here is what you need to understand. Mold is a fungus. Fungi survive by maintaining tightly controlled pH balance inside cell membranes. Shift that pH beyond a narrow range, and the membrane breaks down. The organism ceases to exist. Acetic acid in white vinegar penetrates the mold cell wall on contact. It drives cellular pH down to a level the fungus cannot survive. A 2015 study tested acetic acid against 11 household mold strains, including black mold. 5% acetic acid achieved complete cellular destruction within 48 hours. That is the exact concentration in standard white distilled vinegar. The bottle in your pantry for under 80 cents? Baking soda makes it permanent. Applied to surfaces, it raises pH to between 8 and 9. Mold spores require pH between 4 and 7 to germinate. Above pH 8, spores cannot activate, root, or spread. A 2017 University of Florida study contaminated bathroom tile with mold spores. After 1 baking soda treatment, no new colonies formed over 90 days. 90 days of zero regrowth from a substance costing 30 cents per box. Compare that to $12 to $25 bottles at hardware stores. Commercial mold removers use bleach to kill surface mold, but bleach cannot penetrate deeper than half a millimeter. Mold roots reach 3 to 5 millimeters into grout and caulking. You kill surface growth, the root network survives, the colony rebuilds within 3 to 6 weeks. You buy another bottle. That is not a cleaning product. That is a subscription you never agreed to sign. This protocol works on surface mold. Bathrooms, kitchens, window seals, canvas, outdoor gear. If mold is inside wall cavities, call a professional. For every visible mold problem, stay with me. Why doesn't any hardware store point you toward vinegar and baking soda? The household cleaning industry generates over $40 billion yearly. Mold removal alone accounts for $3 billion annually. $3 billion built on a problem. A $1 solution eliminates permanently. You cannot patent white vinegar. Acetic acid fermentation has been public domain for thousands of years. You cannot patent baking soda. Sodium bicarbonate has been generic since 1846. You cannot build recurring revenue from an 80-cent vinegar bottle lasting 6 months. The business model depends on mold returning. Bleach kills surface growth but cannot reach root networks 3 to 5 millimeters deep. The colony rebuilds within weeks. You buy another bottle. That cycle across millions of households generates $3 billion. Vinegar and baking soda break that cycle after 1 application. That is the problem the industry cannot afford you solving yourself. In 1994, the EPA recommended bleach as the household mold standard. This guidance was developed with the Soap and Detergent Association trade group funded by bleach manufacturers. Medical researchers submitted objections, citing studies showing acetic acid outperformed bleach on penetration and lasting effect. Objections were filed and ignored. The guidance remained unchanged for 30 years. Those 30 years represent $90 billion in cleaning product sales. In 2009, Applied Environmental Microbiology published direct comparisons. Acetic acid outperformed bleach on every species tested. Greater cellular destruction, deeper penetration, longer antifungal effect, zero toxic fumes. The industry continued operating as if it never existed. When you generate $3 billion yearly from the problem, you don't share the solution. Your grandmother kept white vinegar under the sink. So did her mother. Every farmhouse in 19th century America kept it for cleaning cellar walls. Not from scientific journals. They watched mold disappear and never return. 4 companies now control 60% of the global cleaning market, making you forget what your grandparents knew maintains that control. Here's what to do. You need white distilled vinegar at 5% acidity and baking soda, not apple cider vinegar. Plain white distilled vinegar from any grocery store. A spray bottle, stiff bristle brush, in 20 minutes. Step 1. Pour undiluted white vinegar into your spray bottle. Do not dilute it. 5% acidity is the working threshold. Diluting reduces effectiveness. Step 2. Spray every molded surface completely. Grout, caulking, tile, window seals. Do not wipe off. Do not rinse. Set a timer for 1 full hour. This waiting step is critical. Acetic acid needs 1 hour to penetrate root networks beneath the surface. Rushing produces the same incomplete result as bleach. After 1 hour, sprinkle dry baking soda onto the still wet vinegar surface. You will see fizzing. That reaction drives sodium bicarbonate deeper into porous material. Let fizzing settle. Then scrub with a stiff brush in tight circular motions. Work the paste into every grout line and edge. Rinse with warm water. Dry completely with a clean cloth. For most bathroom mold, 1 treatment is all you need. For grout neglected over 2 years, repeat on 3 consecutive days. Step 3 is prevention. Dissolve 2 tablespoons baking soda into 1 cup warm water until clear. Spray across every treated surface and let air dry completely. Do not wipe. Do not rinse. Let it form a dry, invisible residue. That residue maintains surface pH above 8. Mold spores landing on that surface cannot germinate, activate, or grow. Reapply once every 3 to 4 months. Tom Patterson from Houston tried this on a camping tent stored 3 years. Visible black mold covered multiple canvas panels. After 2 treatments plus baking soda prevention, the canvas looked brand new. Total cost, $1.30. The specialty outdoor gear mold spray at camping stores, $42, bleach-based. Requires repeat application every season without exception. No subscription, no repeat purchase, no dependency on a problem that was always yours to solve. This knowledge didn't disappear because it stopped working. It was repositioned, reclassified, removed from the cleaning aisle. Hospital protocols remain documented, university research remains published, scientific studies remain indexed, none destroyed, simply never shown to you. We didn't lose the $1 mold solution. We stopped looking in the right place. But stopping is not the same as gone, and forgotten is not the same as erased.